Grace's life changed completely. After years of suffering, she met a wealthy businessman. They got married. The man later died and left behind a massive fortune. Now Grace was one of the richest women in the city. She lived in a mansion, owned expensive cars, attended elite parties. Yet one thing haunted her, the child she abandoned. Every night she wondered, is my daughter alive? But she never searched because she was afraid of the truth. One afternoon, Ada got a job as a waitress at a luxury hotel. That same day, she met a handsome young businessman named Jason. Jason was charming, confident, generous. Within weeks, they became close. Ada believed she had finally met the man of her dreams. Jason showered her with gifts and promises. One day, I'll marry you. Ada smiled. For the first time in her life, she felt lucky. Unknown to Ada, Jason had another secret, a dangerous one. At a charity event, Jason met Grace. The wealthy widow immediately became interested in him. Jason was young, attractive, smart. Exactly the kind of man she wanted beside her. Grace began inviting him to dinners, business meetings, private gatherings. Jason realized Grace was extremely wealthy. Soon, he started spending more time with her. Neither Grace nor Jason knew Ada was Grace's biological daughter. And Ada had no idea Jason was also seeing another woman. Months passed. Jason lived a double life. With Ada, he played the loving boyfriend. With Grace, he played the perfect gentleman. He collected expensive gifts from Grace while making endless promises to Ada. I'll buy us a house. I'll take care of your mother. I'll never leave you. Ada believed every word. One evening, Grace surprised Jason with the keys to a brand new luxury car. Jason couldn't believe it. Why are you doing all this for me? Grace smiled. Because I see a future with you. Jason hugged her. But as he did, his phone vibrated. Ada was calling. Grace noticed the name. Who is Ada? Jason quickly hit the phone. Oh, just someone from work. Grace wasn't convinced. A few days later, fate finally brought mother and daughter together. Grace visited a local charity center. Ada was there volunteering. The moment Grace saw her, something felt strange. A connection. An emotion she couldn't explain. Ada felt it too. They spoke briefly. Neither knew the truth. But somehow they kept meeting. Soon they became friends. Grace admired Ada's kindness. Ada admired Grace's generosity. Without knowing it, mother and daughter had found each other. Then everything changed. One afternoon, Grace followed Jason unexpectedly. She wanted to surprise him. Instead, she watched in horror as he embraced Ada and kissed her. Grace froze, her heart shattered. The young woman she had grown to love like a daughter was dating the same man. That night, Grace confronted Jason. Choose. Jason remained silent. You can't have both of us, Jason tried to explain, but Grace stormed out. For the first time in years, jealousy consumed her. Days later, Ada excitedly told Grace she had found the perfect man. Grace forced a smile. Really? Yes, he's everything I've ever wanted. What's his name? Jason? Grace nearly dropped her glass. The room went silent. Jealousy became obsession. Grace couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't think. The fear of losing Jason drove her insane. One night she made a decision, a terrible one. Grace invited Ada to dinner, just the two of them. The atmosphere was warm, friendly. Mother and daughter laughed together without knowing the truth. Then Grace excused herself briefly. She returned carrying 2 glasses of juice. One of them contained poison. 8 hours later, Ada collapsed. The exact scene from the opening returned. Foam appeared around her mouth. Her breathing became weak. Grace watched in horror. She never imagined it would happen so fast. Then Ada whispered something. Mama? Grace froze. What, Mama? Ada reached into her bag, pulled out an old necklace. The necklace Grace had left with her baby 23 years ago. Grace's eyes widened. The world stopped. No, tears filled her eyes. No, impossible. Ada struggled to breathe. I found records. I know who you are. Grace dropped to her knees. The poison bottle slipped from her hand. My daughter! Ada nodded weakly. Mama, Grace screamed. No, no, no! She grabbed her phone to call for help. But suddenly, a shadow appeared at the doorway. Someone had been watching everything. The person slowly stepped forward. It was Jason, holding a phone, recording, smiling. Then he said, So now you finally know the truth. Grace stared at him, terrified. Jason's smile grew wider. You think this is bad? He placed the phone in his pocket. You haven't even heard what I did 23 years ago.